With Durk's lawyers about to file a motion to dismiss, we thought the dust had settled in this case. But this just in over 230 GB of raw footage and audio tapes have surfaced, some of which reveal Durk's involvement in a second murder for hire plot. This second murder case could elevate Durk's sentence from a life sentence to a death sentence. It's so crazy that even cooperating with the feds cannot help him anymore.
I feel like even if he snitch, he can't get up out of it. If they got him like that, I feel like even if he tell right now, he can't.
What secrets do these revelations hold? Could the evidence actually be legit? And the most interesting question of all, could Durk be getting the electric chair in the near future? Let's dig into it. The shocking Chicago murder allegations. For those who ain't been keeping up with the tea, Lil Durk, government name Durk. Devontae Banks got knocked back in October 2024 in Florida on some heavy federal charges connected to an alleged murder-for-hire situation targeting Quando Rondo. During a detention hearing on December 12, 2024, federal prosecutors dropped a bomb in the courtroom, linking Durk to a second, uncharged murder-for-hire plot in Chicago. This other case involves the January 27, 2022 drilling of Stefan Mack, a 24-year-old alleged shot caller for the Smashville faction of the Gangster Disciples. The way Mack got bodied is wild. Homie was outside the Youth Peace Center of Roseland, on 111th Street, ironically, a spot that's supposed to be safe in a hood where shootings pop off regularly. Mack caught a headshot and a chest shot and was pronounced dead at the hospital. A 40-year-old security guard also caught a leg shot in the crossfire but managed to pull through. Two Chicago dudes, Anthony Montgomery Wilson, 24, and Preston Powell, 23, caught charges in 2023 for Mack's murder. They were hit with conspiracy for allegedly drilling Mack for a bag. But the million-dollar question remained. Who put the paper up? The feds think it was Durk. According to newly unsealed federal documents, prosecutors believe the money trail leads back to Durk. So what's the alleged motive behind this hit? The feds say Mack's body was ordered by Durk as get back for the June 2021 murder of his brother, Dante Banks, aka D-Thang. D-Thang, who was 32, was fatally shot outside Club O, a strip joint in Harvey, Illinois, on the early morning of June 5, 2021. The scene was chaotic. Multiple shooters were letting off. And a Harvey police officer even got wounded in a separate scuffle. The new receipts come from a warrant application filed in April 2023, which stayed sealed until December 11, 2024, just one day before Durk's LA detention hearing. This paperwork contains wild allegations that after D-Thang's murder, Durk was offering money for people to kill those responsible, and more specifically, offering to pay for any gangster disciple killed. According to the FBI, the Smashville faction of the GDs is believed to be behind D-Thang getting smoked, and Mack was allegedly running a set tied to Smashville. The unsealed warrant application, backed by FBI Special Agent Thomas Callahan, alleges Durk funded or orchestrated Mack's drilling as revenge, essentially putting a bounty on GD members' heads. The evidence is stacked. What makes these allegations especially spicy is the evidence the FBI claims to have stacked up. Text messages suggesting money changed hands, intel from informants and street sources, phone record analysis showing links between Durk and the shooters, a social media post asking, "Did Durk give you that money?" interpreted by prosecutors as confirmation of payment. They've also pointed to bars from Durk's 2022 track, "A-Ha," released February 22, 2022, where he spits, "My brother D-Thang just got killed and I've been slow since. Gang gang, but we got back on they ass." The feds read this as Durk admitting to retaliating for D-Thang's death, possibly through Mack's murder. They're also using pics that allegedly show Durk with Montgomery Wilson, establishing a direct link between Durk and one of the shooters. The full content of those pics hasn't yet been made public. No charges yet, but big consequences. As of April 27, 2025, Durk hasn't been charged in connection with Mack's murder. The Tribune and other outlets report that the investigation is still active. Durk's legal team, led by Jonathan Brayman, has denied any involvement in Mack's murder. At the December 2024 hearing, Brayman said, "That's other people. Our client has nothing to do with that." The defense argues prosecutors are using unproven allegations to poison the well. In the LA case, where Durk faces completely separate charges. Still, these allegations have had serious consequences. At the December 12, 2024 hearing, Assistant U.S. Attorney Ian Yanalou argued Durk's alleged involvement in the Chicago drilling and his placing of bounties showed a pattern of dangerous behavior. U.S. Magistrate Judge Patricia Donoghue agreed, denying Durk's request for $3 million bond, keeping him locked down while awaiting trial. Should uncharged allegations be allowed? Legal experts are side-eyeing the feds hard. The question is, should uncharged allegations be allowed in pretrial proceedings? Critics say these kinds of tactics influence judges even when they're not related to the charges at hand. If charges do come later, Durk's legal mess will get a lot worse. But even now, the Mack case is a bombshell, both legally and symbolically. A bigger picture of violence and music. The Mack case shines a light on Chicago's gang violence epidemic. The Gangster Disciples, one of Chicago's biggest sets, are linked to countless shootings across the South Side. Internal and external beefs between factions like Smashville lead to situations like D-Thang versus Mack's People. That Mack got smoked outside a youth peace center? A tragic irony. It shows how violence penetrates even safe spaces. These allegations also raise questions about Durk's dual identity, as a rapper and as an alleged gang affiliate. Prosecutors suggest his rap label functions like a criminal syndicate, where violence is part of maintaining loyalty. Pattern building? If Durk really did order Mack's hit in January 2022, it gives more weight to the feds' claim that he later targeted Quando Rondo in August 2022, allegedly as revenge for King Von's death. But let's not forget, Durk hasn't been charged in Mack's case, and like all defendants, he's presumed innocent until proven guilty. Much of the prosecution's evidence is circumstantial, based on informants, social media posts, and lyrics. Lyrics on trial. Using rap lyrics as evidence is controversial. Critics say drill music is often fictional or exaggerated. Treating it like literal confession misunderstands the genre's entire artistic nature. This practice disproportionately targets Black artists, especially in drill, where violent imagery is stylistic, not always literal. And that's the heart of Durk's legal battle. The LA murder-for-hire plot. To fully understand the story, we need to rewind to the LA case and Durk's team's recent game-changing motion, arguing the evidence is demonstrably false. Durk's legal trouble isn't just one case, it's a web. It began back in 2020 during the feud between Durk's crew, Only the Family, OTF, and rival factions after King Von's murder. Prosecutors say the feud boiled over, leading to Durk allegedly putting a bounty on Quando Rondo's head. The gas station hit. On August 19, 2022, a hail of bullets erupted at a gas station near the Beverly Center in LA. 3 masked shooters opened fire on a black Cadillac Escalade carrying Quando, Rondo and his family. Rondo escaped, but his cousin Savaya Lulpab Robinson was killed. Police recovered 18 shell casings, a violent ambush. Durk's name came up fast. Prosecutors say the hit was orchestrated, not random. Flight records, financial documents, and surveillance all pointed to Durk and his circle. Flights were allegedly booked under an American Express card tied to Durk. One text read, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with SICME." A directive to leave no paper trail. 2 white vehicles, a BMW and an Infiniti, shadowed Rondo's Escalade. These cars were later linked to Durk's co-conspirators. The arrests. By October 24, 2024, the feds had arrested 5 F members: Kavin Grant, DeAndre Dantrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Lindsay, Asa Houston. All were charged with conspiracy to commit murder for hire. As the feds closed in, Durk tried to flee. He booked 3 international flights to Dubai, Switzerland, and Italy, likely to dodge extradition. But the FBI caught him first. The F organization. The indictment calls OTF more than a music collective, a criminal syndicate. Allegedly, members follow Durk's orders with violence used to maintain ranks. Co-conspirator 3, another F member, allegedly arranged travel lodging equipment finances via Durk's Amex account. Durk himself was in California days before the hit, staying in a rented house in Encino with core F members, purportedly on behalf of Durk, and thus tightening the web of evidence that prosecutors would eventually build around the rapper. Still, amid the layers of evidence and mounting charges, a new revelation emerged that would rock Durk's defense. Within the tight-knit circle, there are rumors of betrayal from a trusted affiliate, someone who for years had operated in the shadows of Durk's inner circle, but also at the same time had been providing information to the feds. Hints of betrayal in the rap game hit hard. Loyalty is everything, or so it seems. But Lil Durk's world has been flipped by betrayal from inside his own crew. Only the family has now been exposed, revealing cracks that nobody saw coming. With his recent indictment on murder for hire charges, the rumors are now a grim reality. Someone close to Durk, a trusted member, has been working with the feds, slipping insider information about F's moves and setting up a case against the rapper himself. If you listen closely to Lil Durk's lyrics, he's been signaling concerns about loyalty and watching his back for a while. Songs like Peliode and Risky are full of coded messages, tales of friends flipping, and lines that suggest a lurking danger within his circle. These weren't just street tales, they were warnings. Even as Durk climbed the charts and gained fame, he seemed haunted by the thought that someone close might betray him. The current charges and allegations make these lyrics hit differently, revealing that Durk might have felt the betrayal coming, but didn't know just how close it would strike. 50 Cent, a rap legend with his own share of industry beef and betrayal, stories saw something was off, and he didn't hold back about it. During a recent interview on The Breakfast Club, 50 recalled the advice he had given Lil Durk as the murder for hire case started heating up. Just watch your crew. The two had worked together on Power Powder Respect, the theme song for Power Book 4, Force, a spin-off set in Chicago. As they collaborated on the 2022 project, 50 sensed something in the energy within F that raised red flags. "I was like, yo, this is them, just watch him, his crew," 50 said in the interview. It wasn't just a casual warning, it was a gut feeling from someone who's seen how entourages can turn deadly. According to 50, Durk responded by saying that something strange had already happened. Interview. The incident planted even more doubt in Durk's mind, especially after his Brazelton, Georgia home was broken into in 2021, while he and his then-girlfriend, India Royale, were inside. They escaped unharmed, but the fact that people knew his location bothered Durk. The breaking point? This sense of betrayal wasn't just speculation, it was reality. For 50, it was déjà vu, reminding him of his own days when he watched his crew closely, questioning their moves. "I've always had that energy myself in the middle of everything. Going on," he explained, hinting that Durk might need to take a similar stance to protect himself. He even joked, "If you got pulled over and you're not in jail, why are you not in jail?" The message was clear. Something in Durk's camp didn't add up. The rumors point to one man in particular, Jam. Known as a longtime member, Jam had spent over a decade in prison on an attempted murder charge, a crime that supposedly cemented his loyalty to the crew. But since his release in 2022, whispers grew that Jam had flipped, wearing a wire for federal agents and feeding them information on F's activities. It's not just hearsay. Sources say Jam allegedly provided direct evidence linking Durk to a murder-for-hire plot aimed at rapper Rondo, real name Tyken Bowman. According to Chicago rapper King Yella, Jam even implicated Durk in the killing of Lou Pab, Rondo's cousin, a hit supposedly done in retaliation for the murder of King Von, an F member and close friend of Durk. What started as a bond among street brothers quickly unraveled into one of the biggest betrayals the rap game has seen. In the aftermath, hip-hop insiders and fans alike started piecing together the mystery. A video featuring DJ Academics and Chicago-based reporter Trench's News added fuel to the fire. In the video, Academics discussed rumors that Jam's baby Mama had reached out to Durk for help with legal bills, asking for a lawyer. When Durk supposedly brushed off the call, Jam felt slighted, interpreting it as a sign of disrespect. "You're not supposed to brush off my call when I need something," Jam reportedly said, furious that Durk wasn't showing loyalty in return. Trench's News confirmed the story, saying, "That's facts," suggesting that Jam's bitterness toward Durk might have played a role in his decision to cooperate with the feds. In another shocking twist, Wack 100, a music industry heavyweight, weighed in on Jam's street-to-snitch transformation. Wack 100 recounted how Jam had once seemed like a solid, street-loyal guy who did his time without a word, a reputation that earned him respect. He did 12 years, got out, kept it real. Brought him cars, gave him $50,000, made mention that there ain't no smudge on his name. He ain't never been a rat, caught a gun case. But eventually, he flipped, Wack recalled. Jam's information wasn't just casual talk. He allegedly gave the feds a playbook, a full breakdown of F's moves. The indictment reveals that Durk and his crew used coded messages to plan the murder for hire. Durk reportedly texted co-conspirator 3, telling him to be careful about booking flights under certain names, trying to keep the operation clean. The indictment even described how flights, hotel rooms, and rental cars were financed with F's, credit cards, booked under aliases, and moved around to keep a low profile. Surveillance footage showed F affiliates tailing Rondo in Los Angeles, leading up to the hit that left Lou Pab dead. But none of this was enough to throw Jam off the scent. Allegedly wearing a wire and documenting everything,